Hey everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge, and this is Cruise Peruse, episode number 95, boys and girls. It is a muggy, hot-ass day here in Las Vegas, boys and girls. But what isn't missed is a new podcast episode. The SkyLounge podcast, new episode is out now, boys and girls, and just a heads up, I'm going to make about 3 episodes within the next 7 days, so made one yesterday, gonna release one on Saturday, gonna release another one on Tuesday. That's a lot of episodes, yeah! Trying to catch up, motherfuckers, alright? Trying to catch up. And what are you doing, you dumb bitch? Fuck. You're driving your fucking lane! Dumb fucking bitch. Anyways, boys and girls. Yeah, look out for that podcast. Go on SoundCloud. I'll go ahead and convert those on the fucking YouTube page, so it's gonna be on this page here. Jesus Christ, it is hot. Hot like tamales and hot like the New Deal. Zion Williamson got, boys and girls, that's right. New draftee, number 1 overall pick, Zion Williamson, has signed with Jordan Brand shoes. I believe the term was 7 years, $74 million. Largest rookie shoe signing, reportedly, I guess. I just read that shit, boys and girls. I'm not 100% on if that is true. After taxes, all that shit, signing bonus, whatnot. But there you have it. Zion is getting a shit ton of money to wear some Jordans that popped back in, February or some shit like that. But that's just me, right? And the NBA has been the subject of a lot of murmurs and talks over the last few weeks. Actually, the last few days. Press conferences for new teams. People just sucking off the Clippers and just media attention on the Clippers. And listen, I've said this multiple times, and I feel like I need to repeat myself for those of you who are really just missing the fucking point. Clippers fans, stop boasting. You haven't done anything yet, okay? Great. You got Kawhi Leonard, you got PG Slut. So the fuck what? You haven't done anything yet. Still the offseason. You have Steve Ballmer acting like a fucking jackass like he is, jumping up and down like a fucking maniac, getting excited. But it's like, dude, your franchise has been an absolute piece of mediocrity the last fucking however many years they've been alive. Even since Buffalo. So, get a hold of yourself, Clippers. The fuck you getting excited about? Jesus fucking Christ. Goddamn peasants, right? And listen, boys and girls. Sometimes when peasants try to rise up, you gotta peg them down a couple of levels, right? You gotta peg them down a couple of levels. A lot of the teams I follow, they might not be in good times right now, but there is class, history, and culture there. Like my Lakers. As bad as they are, as dysfunctional as they are, our history has been based on winning, okay? We have the rings to prove it, 16, right? So when Clippers fans, our next door neighbors, get a little noisy, we just look at them and say, look, listen. You don't even need to listen. Just look at those 16 banners there, sweetheart. Right? And it's kind of the same thing with my soccer team, aka football club, Arsenal, right? So Arsenal FC, with their noisy neighbors, Tottenham Hotspur, always murmuring, always yapping. Yeah, we made it to the Champions League final. We're above you again. What the fuck does that even mean? Like, what the fuck is that gonna do you? Have you won any trophies? No. Well, no. And you know what? To really rub salt in the Tottenham bullshit, let me just say this right now. The 2 targets that Tottenham was trying to hijack from Arsenal, the 2 signings, Arsenal officially signed them. They announced it today. So, welcome Dani Ceballos to Arsenal on a year-long loan for the 2019-2020 season from Real Madrid. That's going to be exciting. 22-year-old midfielder. Looks like a box-to-box kind of guy. Great passing. And perhaps a free kick specialist. So, solid addition to Arsenal, which I've already said, I think the club has the players, has good enough players, just needs 1 or 2 pieces to, shake them out of complacency. And defense is definitely something that was necessary to fix. And they answered that with signing a William Saliba from Saint Etienne, I believe. So he signed a 5-year contract and a it's a non-negotiable 1-year loan term that's going to be spent in Ligue 1. So he's still going to be in Saint Etienne for 1 year on loan, kind of how Christian Pulisic was on loan with Borussia Dortmund when he still signed with Chelsea. So that's going to be a thing where our fullback is going to still have a year of Ligue 1 experience under his belt to help him out. Because let's be honest, the Premier League is a much more physical league than the French league. Well, that's just the honest part of it. And the funny thing too, yeah, like I said, Tottenham was trying to hijack these two signings of Ceballos and Saliba. Ceballos, what Tottenham wanted to do was put him on a permanent long-term contract, but Ceballos reportedly still wants to prove himself to Real Madrid, hence playing in a relatively lower club in Arsenal to get himself ingratiated in football, which I don't mind. I don't mind at all. If it's a loan to help our club out and help him out, great. That's a mutual benefit for both teams, and fuck Tottenham, right? And Saliba was another one where the number was just not working for the reports. You know, Tottenham was offering more money, but Saliba knew. He knew which the better club was, despite our current predicament with Arsenal, right? And that's the thing. Class, culture, and history don't change. That shit don't change. If your club or team has only come up in the last few years, yeah, dude, that don't mean shit. Okay, so Tottenham, shut the fuck up. Okay, I'm sick of fucking Tottenham thinking they're all that, but it's like, what the fuck have you actually won with your squad in the last 4 years? Absolutely fucking nothing. You know what Arsenal's actually won over the last 4 years? A couple of FA Cups. Even if the FA Cup is some banter fucking trophy that all you fuckboys say, it's still a cup, okay? And I know Tottenham fans want to suck themselves off into thinking that signing Son Heung-min, having Harry Kane is winning, but it's not. You actually haven't won anything, sweetheart. So go fuck yourself. And I hope Tottenham Hotspurs just have a horrible season. Because I'm an Arsenal fan. I fucking hate Tottenham. The shits are thinking they're better than us, but it's like, no, dude, even in our worst days, we're still better than you. I truly do believe that. It's the same thing with a lot of other sports in my repertoire. Sports teams in my arsenal. I know. Bad pun there. But that's some good news for us, boys and girls. Listen, as an Arsenal fan, I've talked about this so many times. There hasn't been a lot of optimism with Arsenal, but this preseason, the signings, it's looking decent. It's looking all right. I like what our young cats can potentially do. I like what they've been doing in the preseason. I like these signings, to be honest. These two signings are probably going to get berated by a lot of dumbass Arsenal fans who want that new shiny toy like everybody else is getting, but the reality of our club is our spending budget this summer transfer window is £45 million. So getting Martinelli for a relatively short amount of money and loaning in Ceballos and signing that 5-year contract for Saliba, who, by the way, that contract isn't going to affect the budgets for Arsenal this transfer window. It's actually going to be a segmented payment throughout the next year or so to pay that off. So that £25 million pound transfer fee, almost abysmal if you think about it. And if Saliba grows to the defender that we need him to be, it's going to be fucking worth it, right? So with Arsenal, like I said, there's not a lot of hope relative to the other teams, but who gives a shit about the other teams? The reality is Arsenal isn't the club that they used to be. They just aren't. And so we just have to focus on what we can do with what we got and just play match to match, week to week, day by day, right? Like prognosticating where the team's going to be based on signings alone doesn't mean shit. It really doesn't. Ask United fans. Seriously, ask United fans how all their fucking signings lined up. not all signings, boys and girls, mean positivity, okay? And not all, lull periods mean silence too. And I hate to bring Tottenham here, but remember, last season they brought in nobody, still made it to the Champions League final. Relatively did all right, but because they're Tottenham, they couldn't capitalize on anything because they're garbage, right? So it's that kind of happenstance and circumstances that could really play into how the season plays out. So for me, as an Arsenal fan, I'm not overly jubilant, overly expecting anything. I'm just sitting here and waiting, just like every other Arsenal fans. And that, boys and girls, is the football world for you. And I know there's other football shit going on, but I don't give a fuck. Right? Unless it's some big ass fucking news. I mean, I'm only focused on Arsenal, right? I'm only focused on my club, how well they do. And that goes for all my other teams, right? I baseball, basketball, hockey, and football. 2 footballs, boys and girls, 2 footballs. Because training camp, NFL training camp, bum 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 ba. Well, boys and girls, ESPN, NFL Network have started their relentless coverage of almost every training camp in the NFL, all 32 teams. I know the teams they're focusing on mostly right now are the Jets, the fucking Browns. I'm pretty sure the Cardinals they'll pay attention to, and the Patriots, of course, right? Of course, the Patriots. So, training camp is a fun time. It's a fun time for all these fans to get excited, to get a little positive, to get a little bit more optimistic. And like I talked about, boys and girls, with the Seattle Seahawks, Jarran Reed was suspended, right? 6 games for a 2017 incident. He wasn't charged nor arrested. But there you have it, the NFL's fun policies. With all that said, the Seahawks, before training camp, had a little bit of a dick kick, right? So they signed defensive lineman Mitchell Williams, is that right? Or Mitchell, Jesus Christ. I had the name on there, but he's a veteran defensive lineman, defensive tackle that can help us out, fill that void for 6 games, and hopefully within our lineup we can find guys who can step up, right? And that's exactly what John Pete is capable of doing. And the one thing with the Seattle Seahawks right now, I have been on YouTube, on Russell Wilson's YouTube page, watching those edited hype videos, and I'm not gonna lie, man, I'm a sucker for those things. And I'm excited to see what Russell Wilson's gonna do for us this season. And I'm excited with all these young kids coming in. It's gonna be a very interesting season for the Seattle Seahawks, right? Because it was an interesting one last season. I mean, that Earl Thomas contract issue was kind of ridiculous. And it ended off with him, in Arizona, being carted off with a broken leg, flipping off the sideline with Pete Carroll. And Earl goes on air yesterday or some fucking press conference and says, I don't regret it. Congratulations, Earl. Whoop-de-fucking-do. You don't regret it. Great. Still come off as an asshole. And I get it. I get your contract situation was kind of bullshit. But you come off as a little fucking prick. So, shut the fuck up, ball out, and just prove it to us. Because we're going to meet you anyways. We're going to meet you in the season. And here's the thing, boys and girls. I might sound like I'm fucking, berating Earl Thomas. But at the same time, I get why he did the fucking thing. I get why he was trying to hold out. I get why he was, pissed off at his contract situation. But at the same time, dude, it's over. It's done. Stop talking about it. You fucking media type, stop fucking talking about it. Jesus Christ. I love E.T., man. I have his jersey, okay? But team sports is very simple. If you're not with me, you're against me. We're going to meet Earl this season. I hope the Seahawks kick their fucking ass. Lamar Jackson. I'm rolling my eyes with Lamar Jackson. If you don't develop a pass, that division is as good as the Browns, okay? And boys and girls, not gonna lie to you, there are certain players I like that's not on my team. And I gotta tell you right now, I'm rooting for Baker Mayfield. I am. I know a lot of media folks hate Baker. They want to just give Baker a bad fucking name. But that boy's a big, big stud. And he's going to do some wonderful things in Cleveland. And I hope they go 10-6. I think they will go 10-6. I think the Browns will go 10-6. And here's the thing, boys and girls. Before the NFL season gets started, I'm going to go ahead and do a preview video of the entire NFL and talk about, you know, which teams are going to be where in terms of standings. And here's the thing, boys and girls. Whenever I do these fucking analyses, you know, breakdowns, I'm not a fucking stats nerd, man. This is just based, like, whatever I do, all of this shit, it's based on observation. It's based on what I see, what I analyze, what I fucking process in my head. And the reality of that is I could be wrong. Just like anybody else, I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And if you fuckers get butthurt, it's not my fucking problem. Like, I'll give you one example. More than likely, in the NFC West, you know who I think is going to come out of that shit? The Seahawks. I think the Rams are going to regress. And I know Rams fans, you fucking Rams fans are goddamn peasants. I'm just telling you that shit right now. You fucking Rams fans, come up to my fucking page. Oh, we're going to fucking win. Dude, you haven't won anything yet. Stop it. Stop fucking filleting yourselves, man. The thing is, if you haven't won, okay, if you haven't won in the last 7-10 years, shut the fuck up. Stop talking. Like the Rams, like, yeah, you guys won with the greatest turf on, like, on you know, with the greatest show on turf, but after that, okay, cool. It's all talk. It's all talk. Same with the 49ers. You haven't been relevant since what? Colin Kaepernick, and he was a fucking mediocre-ass quarterback. And the Cardinals are the Cardinals. I just, ugh. And so for me, I don't even need to do a fucking NFC West preview. I already know my fucking Seahawks are going to goddamn dominate that division. It's going to happen, man. And you know what? I'm feeling a little bit of salt and arrogance with my Seahawks this season because we've been counted out so many fucking times. And I'm ready for our boys to show everybody wrong. And I hope, you know what? I hope I'm not the only one with a chip on their shoulder. I hope everybody in that goddamn Seahawks locker room has some fucking sort of chip on their shoulder, some anger in them. Because last season we ended in, I believe, not a morbid way, but a very blown opportunity way in the wild card rounds. Remember, boys and girls, the Seattle Seahawks faced the Dallas Cowboys in the wild card rounds of the 2018, technically 2019 NFL playoffs. It's 2018 playoffs, 2018 postseason. And it hurt. That loss kind of hurt because we were so damn close. Russell was doing every sort of fucking magic to keep us alive, and the coaching just felt running was the only thing we needed to do. Right? So it's always after seasons like that, I want the Seahawks players and fans to rally up, rally together, and have this mentality of it's us against the world. It really is. So let me tell you what, man. When it comes to football, I get very territorial. If you talk shit about my quarterback, I'm gonna rip your ass apart. If your quarterback's name isn't Tom Brady, and you're gonna fucking shit talk Russell Wilson, I'm gonna rip your asshole apart. Okay? And that to me is the sign that football season approaches. Smell of grass. Good times ahead, man. And like I said, you know, in the last 3 days I've been talking about training camp, but officially it's today. I know I kind of made that mistake. You know, assuming, well, technically it did kick off for certain teams, right? I guess, but officially it's today for almost everybody. So, but hey, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fucking good, man. Because you're gonna have stories parody, and that's why we love the NFL, right? It's just pure parody. I mean, we don't know who the hell's going to come out of each conference except the Patriots. Whenever I talk about the Patriots, I get a little depressed. Okay, I get a little depressed because we know goddamn well how good they are. We know goddamn well how fucking good that team is. And if Tom Brady just does a little right, everything else falls into place for them. That's kind of the Patriots. And I used to just hate that. And I still kind of do, but at the same time, I respect that so fucking much. That's consistency, my friends. And listen, even if you hate the Patriots, I think you should applaud. I think everyone should applaud that level of consistency and greatness, right? And I'll give you another example. As much as I find Rock, the Dwayne Johnson's films just relatively annoying and coming out in excess, I still fucking cherish and adore and respect that man because he works himself out, does unbelievably well, and keeps it real. And just like guys like Tom Brady, right? Nerds out over football, works out during the off season like it's no one's business, and when it's game time and it's training camp, all this shit, it's just do your job. And I love that. I fucking love that. Shit, man. Like seriously, football season's got me so excited. And football season also means gambling season. That's the whole thing, right? You get some shit in. You're gonna have some time to go to the casinos, put some money in. It's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a great time. But we gotta be patient. Patience is key, boys and girls. Patience is key. Patience will reward you with goodies, just like the NFL. One of these days, I'm just gonna. If it's a slow sports ball day, I guess I could just, segment about 8 days and just preview on the Cruise Peruse all the NFL teams. But doing that on a Cruise Peruse, the problem is, boys and girls, I'm just trying to brainstorm here. The problem with if I did like a NFL division preview on the Cruise Peruse, I wouldn't have any notes. I would just try to do this off the top of my head, and I feel like I wouldn't get the best of what I want to say, right? I need notes. Sometimes you want to make detailed shit, you need notes. Otherwise, it's going to be a curmudgeon. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing right now. There are certain NFL franchises I would hate to be a fucking fan of. Arizona is one of them. I fuck you, Arizona, you garbage ass team. I'd say the Bengals. The Bengals are another team where just like, dude, really? And listen, this is just me as a football fan of 4 years. Yeah, really. I've only followed football for 4 years, and really religiously the last 2 years. So, when I say shit like this, people get their panties in a bunch, and I say, listen, dude, like, this is just based on my observation of 4 years, and when I study, NFL history and certain teams' history, you get to realize, like, wow, there's more fleshed out shit there, but if at the end of the rainbow it's still equating to just nothingness and mediocrity, I'm gonna berate you. Like, the fact of the matter is, the Seahawks, since their inception in the expansion, era in 1976, they were objectively crappy. They were fucking terrible for about 40 fucking years, like nearly, 3-4 decades. Yeah, fucking piece of shit. Why don't you fucking use our goddamn signal? And until Russell Wilson and the Legion of Boom, I say Russell Wilson and the Legion of Boom, and Pete Carroll, and John Schneider came into the organization, we were fucking terrible. And now we're a consistently good, playoff-bound organization. And here's the thing: there's certain teams that even to this day haven't amounted to any of that shit, or they may have gone to the Super Bowl or any of that shit back in the fucking old days and still hold on to that shit. The 49ers, the fucking Raiders. I guess the 49ers, they have some sort of bullshit because of fucking Colin Kaepernick and the Harbaughs. But, dude, come on. Certain teams, when they get arrogant, I just need to shut them down immediately. The Jets, Vikings, Bears, fucking Lions. Holy shit. Yeah, that Golden Tate comment still gets to me. Like, how can you as a grown-ass man who's played with Russell Wilson, Big Dick Nick, Carson Wentz, and Matt Stafford, and now you're running a fucking training camp with Eli Manning and Daniel Jones, how can you fucking say Matt Stafford is the best quarterback you played with? You fucking dipshit. Holy fuck. That's like 2 weeks later, I'm still fucking pissed about that shit. And like I said, it's the whole reason is because I'm very, very sensitive about my Seahawks. I really am. Like most other teams, I'm not. For whatever reason, like Arsenal, you could fucking talk shit all day about Arsenal. Be like, okay, cool, like whatever, man. It happens. Lakers, same kind of thing, because I can still rely on the whole, yeah, all right, man, it's still got 16, so I'm not really. I'm going to cry into those 16 rings that we have. Nothing we can really do with them, except look at them. Dodgers, same kind of thing. We've been irrelevant for like fucking 31 years in the World Series, so yay. You got that shit. And then, you know, the Golden Knights, because it's so new, it doesn't hurt us much, right? And it's also add to the fact that, yeah, a lot of my other teams, they tend to punch me in the dick, so I'm okay. But Seahawks, man, they're so consistently good that if someone tells me they're shit, I automatically look at them and say, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about, man? Oh, they should have run it, dude. I hear you. I've heard that shit so many fucking times. Come up with something new, motherfucker. Russell Wilson isn't a good quarterback. Russell Wilson isn't a good quarterback? Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck are you people on, man? If Russell Wilson isn't a good quarterback, who the fuck do you rate as a good quarterback? Kirk Cousins? Matt Ryan? Blake Bortles? Get the fuck out of here, man. And some of these quarterbacks, like, okay, Blake Bortles, I've seen live. He is terrible. He is abjectly just fucking terrible. But the thing is, boys and girls, whether I get sensitive, whether I get moody about my Seahawks, the reality is this. Training camp has begun, and I just stepped on some fucking glass. God damn it. Well, my car stepped on that shit, and I think it exploded. So, hopefully nothing too crazy, kids. Hopefully nothing too crazy! I don't want that shit. It's nuts. Yeah, sometimes my park job is shit. But kids, like I said, training camp has begun. And the NFL season is just starting. So, boys and girls, that about does it for me. I'm a fat fuck. I gotta go eat. So follow me at the Sky Lounge and all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily contents because we're gonna be doing this shit tomorrow. Now, fuck off.